God's goodness is experienced in his presence. This is what Asaph discovered. If he couldn't reconcile the other, then how would he experience God's presence? God's goodness is experienced in his presence. He says in verse 23 and 24 of that same chapter, yet, I still belong to you. You hold my right hand. You guide me with your counsel, leading me to a glorious destiny, he says. So these words ring much more of an optimistic tone than the ones he shared with before. Though he is still lamenting his losses, he is reaffirming his faith. He says, I still belong to you. Oh God, you hold my right hand. And just earlier, he was lamenting about the evil seem to be prospering while the good are struggling. See, God's nearness in the person of Jesus is evidence of God's goodness. His guidance, comfort, and sustaining love are proofs of his love. So God's goodness is experienced in his presence. Asaph felt his presence. He said, you guide me with your counsel, leading me to a glorious destiny. I like what the Apostle Paul says in the New Testament, because the word, sharper than any two-edged sword, but the word goes together. It complements from old to new. Here's what Paul said in 2 Corinthians 4:17. My mind went to this in preparation in this message. For our present troubles are small, one translation says momentary, and won't last long. Yet they produce for us a glory that vastly outweighs them and will last forever. The difficulty is we don't think about that when we're going through the circumstance. Isn't that true? We don't think about like God takes the long view because we see the short view based upon the pain and discomfort we feel. What we're wanting is to God to restore us to a place of equilibrium where he takes away that pain and that circumstance. And he doesn't do that. His presence is with us through that circumstance. Through that circumstance. Think of it like this, a parent walking their child across a busy street. Security isn't in the child's strength, but in the parent's grip. Security isn't found in the child's strength, but in the parent's grip. God is gripping your hand right now, no matter what circumstance you're going through in your life. He is there and he's with you.